Good evening, everyone. Big welcome to our very first Wealth Wednesday podcast. My name is Peter No. I am a Senior Presidential Director here with Lifewave, and I also have my beautiful co-host, Miss Amy Homsey, who is also our Senior Presidential Director here with Lifewave. And Amy, how are you doing this evening?
Well, Peter, I'm doing very well, and I'm excited about this Wealth Wednesday. When you told me about it, I said, you know what, that makes sense. And I'm excited to hear from these leaders each and every week.
Well, thank you, Amy, for being my co-host tonight. And just before I give it back to Amy, I want to just give her I want you to know who Amy is really quick, okay? So Amy Homsey lives out in Clearwater, Florida. She's been in the direct sales industry for 30 years, everyone. So she was a baby when she started, okay? So that's 30 years ago. She's been in the natural health space for another 30 years. She owns this holistic club called My Holistic Club. And the reason why she owns it is because she just loves to help people. You're going to see tonight, we're starting our very first Wealth Wednesday. And the reason why is because in the last 3.5 years, as Marcy and I have been building this entire organization with all our leaders here, we have been so focused on the health aspect by just creating thousands and thousands of health testimonials. But throughout the years, we've also created thousands of wealth testimonials that we have not shared yet. So we're so excited for the very first time for all the guests. If you are a brand new guest here with us, if you've never been in the industry, or if you have been in the industry, you're going to love these interviews because you will be hearing from our 6 ranks that we will be interviewing 2 ranks at a time. As tonight we're starting off our first call, you're going to have the pleasure of hearing our number 1, Mrs. Marci Preble, who's our SPD, and you're going to hear from Claudia Field, who is our brand newest PD. Okay, so without further ado, after this interview, Amy and I will be coming back and we'll be sharing on why you need to join Lifewave. What is the total uniqueness about our company and our opportunity? And after that, all we want you to do, if you're a brand new guest here today, is just talk to the person that invited you here and let them know, are you ready to create some huge wealth after you get excited about all this information? So, Amy, I'm going to pass it back on to you and let's get this interview.
Awesome, Peter. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. This is our very first Wealth Wednesday, and I have the pleasure of interviewing our very first guest, and Mrs. Marci Preble from California. And I love this, Marcy. We have both coasts covered, okay? You're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast. And folks, before I start asking Marcy questions, I just want to tell you, I've had the honor of working with this lady for 3 years, and she is one of my biggest mentors. I've learned so much, and she has a heart of gold and a great work ethic. We are so, so blessed to have her on our team. And I mean that, Marcy, from the bottom of my heart. So for those of you who are brand new, maybe not know much about Marcy, she is an SPD, which is the top position in our company. Marcy has 3 beautiful sons. She is also a breast cancer survivor, which she's been very open about. And I know that's one reason she's extremely passionate about our products. Marcy loves to create business systems. She loves helping people. She shares this technology with everyone, everywhere she goes. Marcy also graduated with a business degree from the University of Oregon in California. Marcy, I didn't know this. You worked with Purina and you represented 50 million in sales a year. Wow, good for you. Marcy found network marketing a decade ago. So she's been in this industry, folks, for 10 years, building residual income, building teams, helping others. And we all know in this industry, we help others, which indeed helps us, right? She's been with Lifewave for 4 years, has achieved the highest rank, like I just said. But listen to this. Marcy created a team which now has over 50,000 brand partners, folks. 50,000 brand partners, and 50,000 brand partners, and generates 30 million in volume a year. Wow, Marcy, very, very impressive. I know you love to create systems, tools for us, and we are so thankful for the system that you put in place. And I'll tell you, that's what got me. That's one of the things that got me when I got started. So Marcy, wow, very impressive. How are you tonight?
I'm so good. Thank you. And boy, I sound so good the way you talk about me. Man, can I do this again next week? Like, seriously, thank you, Amy.
I was gonna say, yeah, you sound good on paper, Marcy. You sound really good. So awesome. So if you don't mind, we want to get to know you a little bit better. Share with us, and I know I hit some of it, but what is your background?
Yeah, honestly, I was born and raised in Eugene, Oregon. A lot of you might not know that I'm a West Coast, Northwest girl. And, I got a degree at University of Oregon in business, and my father was a teacher. And I think I should have been a teacher, but never was. And so I fell in love with network marketing because it allowed me to teach. So I think a lot of times professional network marketers really are maybe more teachers than anything else. And also we love people and community. And my father at a young age would tell me they're very social. They like to have parties, and they would, like, instead of congratulating me for having A's with all my schoolwork, my dad would say, "Oh, look at how you talk to everyone in the room. You made them all feel so special." So my father at a young age was teaching me community building. He didn't know that he was mentoring me into a perfect network marketer, education and community, which is really pretty funny. But I got a degree in business, and I did get a job for 10 years for Ralston Purina as a pet food company. I worked in consumer products. I did run the Southern California team. So it was my team going to all those grocery store chains, putting dog chow on the shelves, which is pretty funny. Purina One, actually a better product, real meat. But can you believe I still know the script for that? Which is pretty funny if some of you know how much I love my scripts. But yeah, and so then honestly, I realized I was probably really put on this earth to be an advocate. You know how sometimes we have life lessons? I think mine was to be an advocate, actually. And that came very early on when my son at age 2.5 was diagnosed with autism. So he was really sick for a long time, and I had to advocate to fight for 40 hours a week of home education to retrain his brain. And I actually went all the way up to the California Supreme Court to fight for his rights. Most people don't know that. Wow. And that kept me really busy, but then he got recovered, and then I was like, what am I going to do? And that's when I found this industry. A friend of mine shared with me a product 15 years ago. It was a little purple juice. And I said, are you kidding me? I can talk to people and make residual income. And that was 15 years ago. And I was hooked on the industry. But back then I didn't really understand. I was what Peter would say, probably unconsciously not competent at the time. And eventually I learned how to be consciously competent, or actually unconsciously competent now. But back in the day, not so well, but I loved the idea. And then I started working in more and more network marketing companies. I think I repped before this company about 4 lines. I met Peter in another business, actually, and we were cross-line and became really good friends. And when I saw him, I loved his heart, and I loved his work ethic. And I always said to myself, if I ever could be in business with him, I would want to. But you should have seen Peter back in the other company, and he still's this way. He floats and he loves everyone, and he's the most popular guy in the room. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't know if he'd ever like me, because he's like the most popular guy in the room, which is pretty darn cute in its own right. But that's really how that all started. And then I got sick with breast cancer in 2017, and I was really sick for a good year, and then it came back 6 months later. And so once again, now I had to advocate for myself. And I fell hard, and I was pretty broke, to be honest. There were times when I couldn't pay my copay. Isn't that embarrassing? But that was really true. And so then literally my friend, Dr. Rhonda Donahue, knocked on my door for about 4 years ago. And she said, I found this patch. It's like a Band-Aid. It was, obviously the X39, but I didn't know what it was. And I'm like, you were bringing me a Band-Aid? And she said, no, it's so much more. It's crystals and it reflects back light. And we're going to activate your stem cells. So you start repairing because you're kind of a mess. And within 10 days, guess what? The chemo metal came out of my mouth. My skin got soft. And the most important thing, because some of us forget that we also need to heal emotionally and spiritually. And day 10, that's what happened to me. All of a sudden, I was happy. And I literally wanted to create a list because I had been in the industry before I got sick for over 10 years. And I knew what it meant to create a list, but I hadn't had any passion. When this X39 came in, the passion happened. And the very first person that was on my list was, guess who? The one with the heart, the one that loves community, the popular one. I wanted to know if he wanted to be in business with me. And I came to his office and I brought him 5. And that was the beginning of our journey 4 years ago. So, yeah.
Wow. Wow. I love that. Love your enthusiasm, love your passion. And I'll tell you, Marcy, I've seen you before and after, and you are like a brand new person.
I really know. I was really full up with steroids and I had no eyebrows. And the only way you know the difference in my before and after is I had the same glasses on. But truly, the skin's different. It's different.
Oh, it is. You're glowing in your eyes, and just there's this light around you, which seems to happen to most of us, right? After we're on this product for a while. So Quite amazing. So you've already covered how long you've been in the business. So what motivated you though, Marcy? You've been in for 4 years. Obviously you're at the top of the ranks, built a team of 50,000 brand partners, which is incredible. But what motivated you in the beginning and what motivates you today?
Definitely the product works. The patch found me. It found all of us. I didn't see this coming, but once I realized that it worked, what really motivated me is to get myself out of financial poverty and take me into financial safety, all the way to financial freedom. And I did that. So once I did that, or even on the journey of that, I just wanted to reach back in and take as many people with me. And that's why I worked so hard on our Zoom office. We work 3 days a week and I link arms with people. Some of you have been on there with me before. And, I teach people how Peter says peak interest, pre-qualify, and move people into packs. And I teach that and we work that together. And the reason I put so much of my time and my money into the Evolve team is because I'm an advocate. That's my life lesson, right? And I want to advocate for others. I want to train whoever wants to be trained to be a professional network marketer. I promise you, I will train you to do that. And I put my money behind it because I want everyone in this organization, if they want to be financially safe, to financially free. That's my motivation. That's why I work so many hours a day. That's why I've built with Peter and with Michelle Blaze and with Juliana Coles and Suzanne McGee. There was a group of us that built StartX39now.com, our exposing site. We did that so we could help people build. And that's why we created StartX39biz.com. That's the tools and resource center. I'm really proud of those 2 websites because I believe that's what helps us duplicate. And I do it to help us build income, honestly, all of us, to be free.
And we're all thankful that you did that. Trust me, when it comes to systems, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So how did you teach the system and compensation? How did that evolve your life? The system and the compensation, how did that evolve your life?
Well, it's been evolving for 4 years. I mean, let's be honest. Peter started 4 years ago and said, we're doing a testimonial Zoom every day of the week. And COVID hit and he says, people need community. And I said, nobody's going to show up. We'll get 13 people. And he goes, no, they need us. And now look we have 225 every day of the week. So that was a huge part of our system. We plugged into Zoom, learned Zoom during COVID. And of course, I really love, 50% of our team gifts and 50% doesn't, but we all peak interest, pre-qualify, and educate with scripts. We're very much of a script business, and I'm proud of that. And I'm really proud of the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, where
Mhm.
we do that together, and a new person could come to Fast Start training and within a day understand how to build that business and become financially free. So I'm really proud of that as well. And so those would be like, and the compensation plan, let me talk about that for a minute. The compensation plan is no joke. We pay 4 ways: upfront, retail, preferred customer, and product introduction bonus. You do the work, you get paid. But the residual income on cycling and Gen Match, do you know that in cycling, if you're a professional network marketer, you're going to like this. We max out at 25,000 a week. You can max out at that. On a Gen Match, we pay 65%. 65%. Most companies pay 30%. And are you ready for this? It's unlimited. So there's 2 ways up front you can make money and 2 ways you can make money residual income. And Lifewave pays out at 60%. Most companies pay out 40 to 50%. The compensation plan is generous and the product works. And by the way, we're in momentum. Did you know, Amy, we had our very first $4 million day in February? Do you know what that trends us? That trends us to 500 million to $1 billion company. We average $1 million a day. So that's no joke, 300 million. But that we're moving to 500 million to $1 billion company. I just want you all to know the company's in momentum. The product works. It's light and stem cell. And we have the best team with Team Evolved and the best duplication system. Like, please, one thing that you guys got to hear, do not be late for this barbecue. This one's really happening. Like really, really, really.
Amen, amen, and amen. You're exactly right, Marcy. What is your vision going forward with Lifewave?
I want to, right now we have ranked up 50 people to the highest ranks in our company: executive,
Wow.
presidential, senior presidential director. My goal for our Evolve team, with love, having fun, and giving back, is to take our 50 and take it to 200. Do you think we can do that, you guys? 50 to 200. And I would like, did you guys know we are doing, this is crazy. Our team, be proud of this. We are doing 30 million a year in volume of a company that's at 300 million, tracking to a 500 million to $1 billion. We are 10%. Our team is 10% of this growth. I would like our team, you ready for this? To be 30% of the company's growth. That would be my goal. 200, 30%. How's that? 200 at the highest ranks. We're 30% of the team's volume, of the company's volume. Would that be a good goal for us?
Absolutely. And you know what, Marcy, with your work ethic and your passion and your compassion to help people, you are going to hit it, because you are a leader with a servant's heart and you do reach down to help all of us. So we so appreciate that. Not any closing last statements that you would like to make.
I just want to say how much I love this team and I love Evolve. And it's no joke that Peter figured Evolve out with Eric, and there's love in Evolve. That's all we are, is a big old bunch of love. And that's what we're always going to be. And with love, you can't go wrong. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marcy. Thank you. Wow, Peter, this is amazing. We well over 200 people on this call tonight, folks. Incredible. We welcome all of you, and we're just getting started. I'm gonna I have the pleasure of introducing Peter now, and he's going to do the next interview. But Peter, and most of you know him. He is an SPD as well, which is the top of the company. Peter has been in the direct sales industry for 18 years. So we're talking a top leader, not only in this company, but also in previous companies. But he comes from the salon industry, folks. He's owned 10 salons in 20 years. So I know that's where your family came from. He loves direct sales. He's into natural health. Peter has developed teams, folks, all over the world, and has sales in the hundreds of millions in his career. Think about that. These are the two folks who are leading the charge, leading our team. He is excited to be here. He's been here for 4 years. September is going to be a 4-year anniversary. Unbelievable. Peter, welcome to the call.
Thank you so much, Amy. And wow, what an interview to start off our very first wealth podcast. I hope everyone got really resonated with Marcy because it's always been a dream to be in the industry, to watch people or families or leaders that just grew from nothing to a certain level or rank and to be able to give back. So this is the type of leadership that we have in our organization. And our next person that I'm interviewing is our brand new presidential director. Her name is Claudia Field. Let me give you her background. Claudia has been a wellness consultant in the health and wellness field for the last 14 years by just using all the natural products to overcome her own personal health challenge. She literally was resonating with this passion about health. And now her whole passion is to be a health warrior and just help others get healthy. I've had the pleasure of working with Claudia in the last decade in 2 of our previous companies. And the last company that we had partnered up with, she was one of the top earners, one of the top leaders in the whole North America. And to not forget, she's also the mommy of 4 beautiful kitties, okay? So for all you kitty lovers, she's a kitty lover. So Claudia Field, are you here with us?
I am, Peter. First of all, thank you so much for that introduction. It's an honor to be on this call. I mean, we have hands down the best community. So when you asked me to be on this inaugural call, I was so excited. And, you know, to follow Marcy, I've worked with Marcy and Peter over many, many years in this industry, and to see what's happening here in the community that they create. So thank you, everyone. So Peter, let's fire it off.
Let's fire it off. So Claudia, just quick, how long have you been with Lifewave, and what did you see? What motivated you to build this? Because I know you work in the frequency technology world so long. You've been with companies for a long time. What really got you to see this vision with Lifewave?
So yes, Peter. So as you said, I'm a wellness consultant for over 14 years. And so, you know, I've done everything from nutraceuticals to skincare, photobiomodulation, PEMF, but working with photobiomodulation devices, you know, $180,000 Novathors, $150,000 med beds, seeing this wearable light technology, it really piqued my interest, you know, and obviously, you know, Peter and Marcy, I have a trust account, a relationship with them. But when they showed this to me, I have to say, which I'll go into in my story, I wasn't 100% open. And the reason why is, first thing I have to do with my audience, working with medical professionals, med spas, wellness centers, I really had to vet the technology. And what I saw when I looked at it was scientifically proven. I wanted to know how efficacious it was. So of course I was going to start using it. And so I took my own time, and I really want people to realize you have your own journey. You have your own life path here. You know, what Marcy does and Peter does and the other leaders, we have our own way. So, you know, Peter, I was motivated also because at the time, you know, being a top sales trainer in another company, being very successful there, it wasn't the right time 3.5 years ago for me to really build a business. Peter and Marcy love tapped on me. They dripped on me, but I wasn't ready. And, you know, there's a couple of things that had to fall into place. And I want to share this with people because I hope that if you are working with other technologies, if you haven't fully dived in here, you know, it's a process. I was identifying as a person in that company, and I had to get out of my own way to understand that, wait a second, I'm a wellness consultant. Is it not my job to help people with the best technologies to really open up and be expansive? What am I waiting for? And so when I started using the product 3.5 years ago, starting with X39, branching out to the other patches, what I found in the journey is not only did I get tremendous health results, but the people I was sharing it with were getting great results. And for less than a cup of coffee every day, because I worked with a high ticket item that was thousands and thousands of dollars. And looking at the economy, not everybody could afford it. And I felt like I was failing my clients. And so looking at this product David's created, efficacious, scientifically proven, you know, people are spending $3 a day at Starbucks. Let's be honest. But here, if they're willing to take some of their coffee money and put it into actual wellness, you can wear a little portable photobiomodulation device right on your own body and transform health. So seeing that, Peter, that really motivated me to start moving in the direction of building. And then also people in my team from my other company, they're like, why are you not talking to me about this product? So I had to get out of my own way to understand that I could do two different things that are non-competitive. I could be a vessel to help lead people to a technology that I truly believe is going to transform the planet. It already is. We're already getting started there, but we have a lot more work to do.
And one thing I'm going to mention, because of our beautiful compensation plan, okay, which we're going to get into a little bit, because of that, Claudia was just using the technology. She was not building for years, but because of the beauty of our compensation plan, where when you just use the products, you get to accumulate points that do not flush. So for all you networkers on this call today, we are a non-flushing binary. And that's what kept Claudia here, because the moment she got that aha moment and she clicked and turned on and started to build, half of her business was already developed, and she just went to work and built the other half. And we're going to go into that. So Claudia, how did the team system and team evolve change your life? How did it change your life?
Well, it's changed my life in so many ways. So first of all, having been a sales trainer and, been in massive corporate trainings in health technologies, I'm always looking at systems of duplication. And there's so many things that fall down, because you have to look at not the people who have extensive experience, but the brand new person who's never done this. You have to identify what is it that people want? Do they just want to build a small business and pay for their products? Do they want to work 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, do it full time, be in beast mode like Peter, Marcy, Amy, and some of the leaders on this call? So what I loved about your system is you could sift and sort. People could self-identify and plug in as much as they wanted to. If they wanted to go to the office with Marcy, they could do it. If they wanted to jump on In the Know with Peter, they could do it. They're in science geeks. They can do Dr. Herman, Dr. Stacy. So you could really plug into the system and create whatever it is that you're seeking. And I have never in all my years in this industry seen a system like this that supports people at every level and educates, and it just keeps getting better and better. So that's one of the things I saw about the system. Now, I want to talk about the power of the compensation plan, and I want to give an example. So I'm going to quote Marcy, because we were just doing this the other day. So we are a straight binary generation match where we get paid to build teams. Okay. Now, we've been in other networks for those of you that have done that. So most of the time we're in a unilevel, we're building wide, we're building massive pods, and nobody's working together. And then for those that have been in binaries before, where I started my career in that years ago, maybe you're making 5% of lesser leg, you're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month trying to requalify. None of that here. So what I love about the Lifewave plan, Peter, this compensation plan, you can make money at every level of the plan, starting with, so all the phases, your fast start, your cycling, your generation match. Now, I want to give an example. I really only started building a year ago. I became an executive director last October while I was on vacation with the team in Hawaii. I just hit presidential director about 3 weeks ago. Now, my first partners that I enrolled were Lizzie Burke and John Godfrey, who are directors. I enrolled them about 3 years ago, but I wasn't really building a business. We were sitting in a hot tub. We were talking about light therapy, and Lizzie and Godfrey, who have, masters of body work and frequency, said yes. Now, Lizzie and Godfrey did a vendor event. They enrolled somebody, Peter, and that person, that was about 1.5 years ago, and that person then ran into somebody that they knew from another network who has extensive experience building teams. And that person and their team, they plugged in. They started getting on the Patching podcast. They started plugging into your system, positioning, and lo and behold, volume, cycling, generation match, everybody's running, everybody's moving together. And that exponential growth of just a couple of people is what is pushing everybody through the compensation plan. And I've never seen that, because in my other company, I might be stuck at the same rank for 3.5, 4 years, wondering what's going on with me. But here, everybody's moving and the whole lineage is going together. So I want everybody listening to understand this is not a me business. This presidential director, this is this is a group, and I'm not going to stop until everybody goes to where they want to go, whether you're in my team or not. We're doing this together. As Peter said, our big graduation party coming up.
Wow. I hope everybody resonated with that, especially the builders here. If you understood what just Claudia said, that is very unique in the industry. And I want to piggyback off that too, because to reach a presidential director, you're creating 100,000 of brand new volume. So we have over 54 now executive directors, presidential directors, and senior presidential directors. Can everybody just imagine 54 separate new lines of new businesses using one system? And that is the total uniqueness that we have on Team Evolve here with our system. So, wow. I guess we're going to come to the last question, Claudia, and I don't want this to end, but our time here is very short. What is your vision now moving forward with Lifewave?
You know, my vision is always what drives me. I said I'm a passionate health warrior. I went through my own very challenging health issues in my late 20s with mental health. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about that, depression, anxiety. It was extremely debilitating, and I sought out these holistic health solutions. So for me, what drives me is the person who I had been, the people like me who are out there, who are looking for solutions, who are waiting for a phone call, a video, something to give them some hope of a pathway of change. So for me, it's going to be to continue to touch as many lives personally as I can. I never tell my team to do anything I'm not doing. I'm always continuing to sponsor. I'm always continuing to build. I'm not going into management mode, but I'm always there to support my team. So I want to help all my team reach their defined goals. So whether they're looking for health, time, financial freedom, whether they want to create legacies for their kids, you know, these health and wealth transformations are what drive me. So I just say, Team Evolve, let's just lock arms together, our collective tribe. People are waiting for us, and let's just continue to bless people with divine, radiant health, abundant wealth blessings, make a difference in people's lives. And, you know, Peter, Marcy, I'm very, very grateful. And thank you for being patient with me on this journey. And thank you to my team, because this talk is for my team. You inspire me every day. You inspire me to keep going, and let's just be fearless together.
Wow. Claudia, just want to say thank you for all you do here, and we know we're going to be partying in October at convention, and I think she's right around the corner to hit SPD in the next 90 days. So we're going to run with this. Claudia, thank you so much for your time. Amy, what an interview! What a first interview! I mean, I think everybody got literally notes full of notes on what makes us so unique. You got to resonate with the biggest leaders here in our organization. Amy, for the next minute or two, do you have any bullet points that you'd like to share with our viewers so they can leave knowing what is so different with Lifewave?
Yes, Peter, I would. Thank you so much. And ladies, you're awesome. I just feel so blessed to be on this journey with all of you. Peter, when I saw this 3 years ago, there's a few things that really got me. One was this product. We're talking about activating your own stem cells, ladies and gentlemen. No one else has that. So it dawned on me one evening that means we have zero competition. Zero competition. So put your business hat on. How many industries can you say have zero competition? We're the only company that could activate your stem cells through photolight therapy with this non-transdermal patch. Also, we're a global company. We're in over 80 countries. We're debt-free. We're 19 years old. And the other thing, Peter, and being in this industry like you've been, and Marcy and Claudia, you know, there's a lot of companies, right? And a lot of them have been around for decades, but they're not growing, right? They're done. Momentum's done. Then we have, on the other hand, we have the startups, you know, and everyone gets all excited about the startups, but a lot of those go out of business within 3 to 5 years. What I loved about this is the best of both worlds. So we have an established company, debt-free. Then we had this new product, the X39, which came out 4 years ago, took this company by storm, took this industry by storm. And so I looked at that and I thought, wow, I am in the right place at the right time. I got results. And folks, I wouldn't be here if I didn't get results. Okay. I have to believe in what I'm doing. Then we have Peter and Marcy. I got on the phone with them immediately. And I'm like, they're different leaders. They actually care about people. It isn't about the money. It's about truly caring about people and helping other people reach their goals. Then we had this system in place. Never had that in any other company. In fact, Peter, a lot of times I had to try and create my own system, which took time away from me building my business, right? I don't want to have to try and create systems and go out there and talk to people. No, Peter and Marcy put this fascinating system, turnkey, Peter. It's turnkey. And here's what I love about that. The average person here can make money. You don't have to be in network marketing, folks. You don't have to be a business owner. 30 years ago, when I got in this industry, I was Susie Homemaker, never owned a business, and I made money in this industry. This company, with this product, with the integrity, with the system, with the science, with the results, with Peter and Marcy and all the other leaders here, I don't care who you are, what your background is, you can make money here and help people. And that's what this is all about. And I just want to close with this, Peter. Tell the team all the time, it's the mission before the commission. Let's go out there and help as many people as we can, and the money will come.
Wow. Amy, I think everybody felt that. And I'm just going to finish off the bullet points, everyone. Where in our time in our life will you partner up with a company? And again, down to the owner, David Schmidt, to build a foundation where he protects us with patents. We manufacture our own products. We make our own ingredients that goes into the patches, and we are in full momentum. And the owner, down to the packages, everyone, if you can maximize your compensation plan and it costs you less than 10% of a shot of a stem cell. So if a stem cell shot is 5,000 or more, you can literally build your entire overhead, get products in your hands for $500 to start. We have 5 packages that you can pick from, but our whole business, down to the free website, down to the free app, down to the products that you're consuming, cost you less than $5 a day to operate, to make a life-changing income. If everything that we have said today on this call, on our Wealth Wednesday call, resonated with you, if you're a guest here, if you have never done this industry before, if you have been in an industry and never succeeded, or if you are a leader here and have a huge organization and just know that you're not growing anymore and you're looking for a home to take it to all the way to the top, as it has done for all of us here on this call, we want you to talk to the person that invited you here, and we can set up another personal call to meet each other one-on-one. This is called Wealth Wednesdays. This is our first wealth call that will be added to our thousands of health testimonials call. And I just want to say thank you, Marcy, for all that you've done here. We really appreciate you. We feel your love. We feel your heart here. And we know that you're committed 1,000%. And Claudia, thank you for turning this on. Really, we value you here. You know you're such an asset and your team loves you. And Amy, since day one, that when you and I and Bob talked on the phone, I still remember that day very vividly. It was during the lockdown, And all I can say is everyone, all 200 of us that were on this call, you now just heard the true, a real organic, true build. And please share this call. Share this call with your entrepreneurs, your network marketing friends. Share this call with your neighbors. People are looking for health, but they're also today, because of inflation, because of where our world is going, people need a life raft. Use Lifewave to be your life raft. Let us be the light to you, and let's join this community, because like Amy said, we do have a turnkey system and you need no experience, but we just need you to share. So everybody, thank you so much for your time. This call will be posted as usual on our Telegram and on our Facebook page. And again, thank you to each one of our partners here for showing up tonight. Tomorrow, it'll be the same bat channel, same time. We have Marcy and Dr. Stacy sharing 2 health testimonials, and again for Friday. And again, thank you all. We love you. Enjoy your Wednesday night, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.